Okay, let me just see if I can enhance your picture. Okay, se, der er nogen, der skriver, der ikke er lyd. Kan I alle høre noget? Der er 2, der skriver, at de ikke kan høre noget. Jeg skal bare lige være sikker. Okay, ja. For dem af jer, der ikke er lyd, så højst sandsynligt, fordi I er startet, eller joined without audio. Der skal I så lige logge ud og logge ind igen, og så join med audio. Okay, Torsten. So we spoke about it before during these interviews we've done. Why should ordinary people own physical gold and silver in these times?
Yes. It's very important to understand that gold and silver in physical form as a bar or a coin like this, it is totally different from other financial products, because the owner of these items hold the value. So there is it's not like owning a share over a bank or institution, because you hold the asset by your own. And if you have a world like today with very high leverage debt in the world, from day to day or over the years, the systems comes more risky and risky because it's so high leveraged with debt. And in this case, the gold and silver is the opposite of the other investment vehicles. So most owner of gold and silver own the physical gold and silver to 100%, because if you want to buy a bar or coin, you have to pay full. You cannot pay less 1% or 10%. So this is a different situation to own gold and silver, because the owner not in obligation of a credit. And if the bank fails, or if the currency fails, this currency, gold and silver, survived between 3,000 and 6,000 years. You can always sell it, because there's always banks or rich people want to buy this. So this is the difference in principle of this investment. And you can use it also as a private person. You don't need a middleman to sell a gold coin or silver coin to another private person, because for especially the coin is a product that you can check by your own. You have on the rim, you have marks. You can check this one against another, and then you can make a trade with another person. So this is an important part, maybe to be financial health in a difficult situation. So you not need all of your wealth in gold and silver, but a part what is important. Let's say not 1%, but maybe between 10 and 30%. Because in an event of a currency default or a very difficult economic situation, people want to avoid any kind of risk. So it's a risk-off scenario. And here is no balance sheet. If you have a gold or silver coin, there is no company risk, no management risk, no credit default risk. This makes it so unique in a difficult situation, because it's an easy to understand investment, because you have the coin or you have not the coin, or you have the bar or you have not the bar, and there's no credit risk on the other side. And it's very important that this is the coins are government money by law. So this is money. And this is it's a commodity, a bar. A bar is not called as money. So this makes it interesting to think about what to hold, bars or coins. Because if the government says cash money transactions are forbidden, then this is not cash, it's a commodity. So if you trade a bar, you make not a cash transaction. If you trade a bar against another good, there is no cash involved. But if you take these coins, it's also very funny. It's money because it's government print, and the government says this is 2 British pounds, or say €1.50. But the value is €30. So you have a possibility to make cash transaction with low face value, but high value inside. So I think about it's good to have some coins and some bars. It depends on the situation. If the government forbid cash transaction, okay, I change bar against other products. It's no cash involved. It's to think about, it's not sure, but we are living in a world where the law is important, but the lawmaker cannot say it's cash or it's money. It's one, it's cash or it's money. And then the bar comes in action. This is no cash transaction. This is cash transaction because by law, this is money. So, and it's so long time money, since 3,000 years. About silver, it's known as an object of transaction, and gold about 6,000 years. So it survives so long time. I think that cannot a mistake, because also not only in Europe, all over the world, in all cultures, it is accepted as a complementary money, as a money in the shadow. And in the bad times, as comes out, this is maybe a real product and a real money what I can exchange, and I will be not fooled by the other side of the trade. And this is always coming out in bad situation. The same was in 1980, when the inflation goes so high, it's jumping because the oil crisis. Today we have nearly the same. We have a gas crisis. It looks like really 80% the same. The price is jumping very high. Inflation is coming. And then in the last stage of this economic scenario, gold and silver prices nearly explode 5 times up to 10 times. It looks like the same scenario like on the end of the 70s. With high oil prices, now we have high gas prices. And these energy prices pushing all other goods, because all what we're producing or consuming is nearly 50–60% based on energy prices. So there was a German company that introduced a product like this. This is a 100-gram silver bar. This you can share with other people by breaking like a chocolate plate. This also exists as a gold product, gold and silver bars. And these are so small, these 1 gram, it's about €1.50 per gram. And this can be shared with everybody. And there was also a company that making the 1 gram gold bar like this, cash gold bar, 1 gram bar on cards. And this is a complementary currency, so that can be used in an emergency case as a substitute for government money. Because it's not money, it's not a cash transaction, it's a bar. That cannot be forbidden. Then it's not possible to exchange goods between persons. You cannot forbid make a bar because it's not cash. So this is a nice object to make barter trade between humans without government, without banks, without politicians, as an possibility in an emergency case.
Okay,
And-
sorry.
And this product will be produced by the second largest gold refinery in the world. That is the second largest. They produce nearly 1 ton gold per day. They make these silver bars. So it's it's Valcambi. There's in the south of Switzerland. They make very good bars. So it's no question of quality. It's the highest level what you can get. And it's worldwide. This product also was selling in the US and in Asia.
Okay, Torsten, I had a bad connection. I was just thrown off. So now we have 15 minutes. I'd like to ask you something. I had a lot of questions, not a lot, but some comments mostly that, okay, silver now is trading at about $23.50, and in 2013 or 2010 it was much higher. So what do you have to add on this topic? Why is silver not higher than it is?
Yeah, the silver is both. It's an industrial metal and then a precious metal as money. This metal has two sides, money and industrial use. And as all precious metal markets are heavy leveraged, so there's a physical market and there's a paper market. They combined over the futures markets, and there's managed from very important banks on the world, and it's now in the last 10 years also coming out that these markets are heavily manipulated. But on the end, the physical markets comes out. The crazy thing is that most price movement is only in 10 to 20% of the time. In 90% of the time, the market sleeps, and then comes an explosion and the price rising. Nobody expecting that in that time, but the big players are very well informed and know that they let the price rising. What is also important to understand, the market is after the silver price starts falling in 2011, one of the biggest banks, investment banks in the world, starts to accumulate huge amounts of physical silver. It's JP Morgan, and they start in 2011 to accumulate silver in billions of ounces until today. So they accumulate very step by step over 10 years physical silver. This such big investment bank do that not for pleasure or for fun. They make it because it makes sense to hold physical silver. Even the costs of storing the silver is higher, 2 times higher than gold. They understand the market is so low with physical material on the in the reserve, that they have to build our own physical stock on their own control, because they are in the center of the futures market of the US. They know that the physical support for the futures market is so small. They built up own warehouse and own stock, not elsewhere, to make sure that they can support the market. That is a sign that it's also interesting now to go in this market. And these big address only buying if the market is low. If the markets go higher, then they give some from the reserves to the public back. And this is difficult to understand for private person. Never do that, but this market has sometimes fast or 3, 5, 10 years that can correct it, not exploding, and then goes very fast. And this is right now, because it's 10 years, nearly not topping the high, but gold has go higher than 2011, and silver will falling very shortly.
Yeah, and just to comment on that, in the 70s, if you look at the gold price, it went to from $71.35, and then it went to $200. I think it's what in 74, and then it dropped to $100, and all the pundits was out and say, okay, it's over, and then it went from 100 to 800.
Yeah, we have exactly to 90% the same scenario. About 2011, gold was about 18 to 1900 US dollars per ounce, goes back to 1050. It's nearly the half of the price. And now we have 1800 again, but it's not stopping. Even the economy is cooling down. It starts to rise because lack of other investment possibilities in huge amounts. Right now, the investment in real estate starts to cooling much down. In the US, this funds of real estates starts to not pay out on the funds. If you hold these investment funds and want a lot of money, you cannot go out. You get not cash settlement. And this starts right now, half year after beginning, the economy starts to cooling down. So that's a dangerous signal that the system has a problem. And then in this moment comes risk off. All people want leave the risky places, want risk off. Gold and silver is risk off. There's no management. There is no income. It's just holding an item in the mountains or in a safe deposit. That's all. And this makes us in this scenario interesting. And I think the market will start rising again, even in a scenario of a cooling down economy, and same time rising energy costs.
Yeah, and for the central banks, we have seen huge buying this year, like never before. I think we all the way back to 67 or something like this. So central banks are buying gold. So if it's not money, why do they buy gold?
It's money. It's gold and silver is money. Platinum, you can say it's only to 20% money. It's a speculation object, mostly platinum. But sometimes in Asia, in Japan, in China, they also accept it as money. But gold and silver it's real money. So it has so long history, and it's controlled by very rich people, especially gold, but also silver. Silver is the money of everybody, and gold is the money of kings. And that will not change so quickly. And I think in the 70s, we have the development up to 25 times prices in gold. Gold starts by about $40 US end of the 60s and goes to 800. And silver has this 25 times development. And it looks like the same scenario. And most people will be surprised why it's rising so much. It's because in the past it's developing too slowly against the money production of the government money. And in the last years after COVID or during COVID, nearly the money supply from the government exploding. And this is now coming to the merchandise market, and in the last stage coming to the precious metal markets. And this will protect the wealth of everybody has some part in this sector, because the shares will go sideways. Real estates, maybe you cannot sell because the most of the participant in the real estate market get not so easy credit access. The credit costs are rising, so the markets will the size of the market will come down, and this makes it difficult to hold large money in real assets, in real estate. And then they're looking for other possibilities to place the money, and this is gold and silver. And also you can put or gold and silver outside your jurisdictional system. If you put, for instance, gold and silver in Switzerland or in Singapore, it's outside of the European Union. So you have international play on different locations. But in this world we're living now, it's nearly one system. I don't know, is it really more safe to place gold and silver in Switzerland or in Singapore, like in the European Union? I'm not sure. But if you feel better there are storage possibilities also to put this there.
Yeah, it's actually one of the most asked questions I get. It's not so much if they get it at a good price or where to buy it is. Okay, when I buy it, where should I store it? I just had a friend call me a couple of hours ago. He has a lot of money, and it was his first question: what do I do with it? So it's taking responsibility for your own money and your own wealth.
It's absolutely correct. This question is very important, and this is why most people not invested in gold and silver. They avoid the risk of taking responsibility for these coins and bars, so they have nothing. So this system works so funny, you don't believe. It's very simple. You have to take responsibility for your wealth. If you don't want to do that, you have no wealth. Other people have your wealth, but not you. Maybe banks, maybe states, governments, politicians, but you have no wealth. So you have to do this step, and then you have the possibility to place it in a bank deposit box. You can buy a small box at home. You can bury it in your garden, or you can place it in Switzerland in the mountains. So you have think about what is wealth, why I need wealth. Do I want this kind of wealth? So this is a question: do you want to take responsibility for your family or for your people, or you want give it to the government? Everything. So you can. I'm not against banks. I'm not against insurance companies, but I think 10-20% of my wealth I take control by myself. So if you take this position, so then you can also make a hole in the wall and put it inside the wall of your house if you have a house or whatever. But I have a lady in Berlin. The lady is 95 years old. His man buried 400 Krügerrands coins in 1972 in the garden. So this lady is so happy with 94 to have 400 Krügerrands. She can survive. She is healthy. She is funny. She is an old lady, but she is lucky because they have no financial risk, because they have 400 Krügerrands coins. It's 600,000 euros and still there. Since 1972, it's there. And it's never lost. She is not so healthy that she can take that by their own outside the garden. I go and put it out of the garden for and she comes every 3-6 months and sells some coins and have money without end till the life is over. So there's no risk for her. So this is extremely scenario, but she's very lucky, and you can hold 5 or 10 coins, gold coins, or 200 silver coins. I think it's not so. I make it since 32 years. I never lost a gram. So it's so funny. The people avoid it, but if nobody knows you have a coin, nobody will coming to take it. So it's but most people haven't coins. So it looks like from times 500 years ago to do this investment, but you can hold your wealth. It's working worldwide. You can sell the coins everywhere, the gold coins especially, because they're so small and you can carry on. It's unbelievable. Yeah, it's like from a movie or like this, but it works very good. You can take that to Switzerland. You can take that to everywhere. To carry with 10,000 euro value is absolute allowed without any declaration. Below 10,000 euro, you can take anywhere in Europe. It's the law. You don't break any law. And I also sometimes I travel in Germany to bring, for instance, gold to a refinery. I take 7 kilos gold in aircraft with me, and nobody think about the value of this transport. Nobody. You can take it in the aircraft and nobody asks you, and you don't believe it, but it's true because the people don't understand the value. They think it's ordinary scrap, maybe 1,000 euros, but it's in real term it's 500,000. I don't know. So this is a funny investment. You have to be very careful to not speak with a wrong person about this. So that can bring me danger. But if you not take with wrong person that you invested in gold and silver, you will not have a problem.
Okay. So half an hour is gone. So I'm gonna switch to Danish. Så hvis nogen af jer har nogle spørgsmål, så bare fyr dem med, og husk, der er ingen dumme spørgsmål. Bare skyde løs, og indtil der kommer nogen i chatten, så bliver jeg ved med at stille Torsten nogle spørgsmål her. Okay, Torsten, so until people write some question down, I'm just gonna ask you some more questions about the lady which her husband dug down gold. I'm sure she's happy it wasn't Deutschmark. Because if she were to get it today, the Deutschmark, if you were still using Deutschmark, you could buy nothing with it, absolutely nothing. So for the fiat currency, you know, it's developed for losing purchasing power every single month because they create more of it compared to what is produced in the economy.
Mm.
Yeah, Kit. Okay, I have a question here. Where do you think the gold is moving in the next 6 to 12 months?
Yes, there is every year there are many different cycles, but inside the year is always a moving from autumn to January, March. So every year gold and silver like to start in price from about September until end of January, sometimes March, or sometimes also until May. Then it rests, goes mostly sidewards over the spring and summertime. It's a 15 years old seasonal pattern. It's always this. So you will see gold rising about until 20 of January, but maybe longer. I think there is in gold about a 5 to 10% rising, but from September to January, March. And then it's not the movement is in waves. It's always in waves. It's not a line. Most people expecting there must be an explosion in a line, but it's always in waves. It's never a clear line. But the direction is clear upwards for gold and silver over the next half year. Yes.
Okay, and we forgot the product that you were giving the viewers discount on for the next 5 days, as I remember, right, from today and 5 days onwards.
Okay, this first of all, everyone said this is a 1 ounce silver coin. There is in the moment about 30-31 euro per coin, and I expecting this goes in the direction 40 euro per coin until March, like this in this times March. So this is silver coins is difficult from other because there is a taxation on it, and demand and supply, demand and supply is a question. But this is the direction of silver coins, about 31 euro per coin up to 30. So, and this is the product what I give now discount is these 100 gram bars to share with other people. This is from Valcambi, and it's 100 gram. This is about 135 euro, and I give a discount about 5 euro per bar. That's about 4 or 5%. I give it now after this meeting, and I give also every client a very good scale for free, cost nothing for you. and this is for up to half kilo. It's a half kilo scale, so you can check the bars and coins. And I give a magnificent to check, for instance, coins, if they are original or not. You can see the details. This is for free for every new customer I give. And the Valcambi bar is with discount from now. I have 200 pieces, and you can buy 1 piece, 2 pieces, and they're coming in a box of 25. We have this.
Okay, so you're gonna mark down the price on the page, so no discount code, right?
No,
so
everybody can get that. I make it now. I discount this one that calls Tafelbaren in Germany or Kombi bar in English. It's a 100-gram silver bar you can split. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so sorry. Okay, so for those of you, I'm just going to do it in Danish, Torsten. Så for dem af jer, der sidder og tænker, 4-5%, det var godt nok ikke meget, så kan I prøve at gå ind og tjekke andre handlere, hvad de tager for den. Det er ikke ret store marginer, altså ret stor profit, der er på guld og sølv, så 5% er en fin procent. Og jeg er selv fan af de her tafelbarer eller kombibarer, på grund af, at man kan knække dem af og betale 1 gram ad gangen. Lad os nu sige, at vi står for en periode, hvor der bliver total ragnarok, som jeg vil sige er en sandsynlighed, måske endda en høj sandsynlighed på den kortere bane. Jamen, skal man så ned og købe nogle dagligvarer, kød, brød, eller hvad nu det er, så kan det måske være et problem at komme med en 1-ounce mønt, som lige nu, den ligger omkring 30 euro, lidt over 200 kroner, som vil være eksploderet i pris, og måske har en købekraft for 500 kroner, så er det sjovere at komme med en 1 grams bar ad gangen. Så jeg er fan af de her 1 grams, eller tafelbarer, både i guld og sølv. Okay, Torsten.
And there exist also packages, if you split the bar, if you need it in a case you want split, there are also packages where you can put in the small bars. I can also later sell this so that you can sell a half bar to other people or a quarter bar. If you later to split the bars, you get also packing for that. It's possible not to have the loose parts also.
Okay, so and there's a question here. Where did you buy the 100-gram silver bar, which is divisible? So your webpage, I'm just going to write it on the chat. Schatzkasse.de for dem af jer, så kan I lige få noteret det.
Schatzkasse.de.
Yeah. So there's another question. What about gemstones and silverware like knife and forks and jewelry in gold and silver? Is that also valid? And with the gemstones, it's the value. The question is, yeah.
Yeah, it's important to talk about this. It's also piece of value, and you can also buy forks or knives, but these kind you cannot not easily barter with private person. You can also hold forks and knives. We buy that every day from people. You in principle you can do that, but you never know how much silver is inside. The buyer don't know how much silver is exactly inside, so this comes very difficult. What we trading is like trading with citrons without knowing how they smelling or how, so it's better to trade a bar and a coin with the other private person, but it's money inside. You can also sell spoons and other objects from gold and silver. You can also hold, if you have a ring or a gold jewelry, you can also hold that, and you can use that as money in an emergency case. That people doing also very long time. This was the first form of money for gold jewelry. It's never lost. You can also hold rings. I also collecting these rings, but sometimes I melt them down because I need some money for the company. Yes, if you have gold rings, necklace, you can also hold that. But if you want an item that's more easy to sell to other private person, make it with coins and bars, because everybody knows we are exactly 10-gram gold exactly 10 grams silver, and you can more easily sell. But if you have 5 or 10 gold rings, keep them, don't sell them, keep them. To have them, you can sell them in your town to a jeweler. You get always cash for that. But gemstones is much difficult, because gemstones, you need a really expert, and there are only a few of people exactly knowing real gemstones. So the market is very small and difficult to sell to other private person. I would say gemstones is for private person not useful to hold, because in an emergency case, you cannot get a good price in quick time. You need to go to an expert. Maybe you can buy diamonds in good quality, but then you're speaking about a stone between 4,000 and 20,000 euro for one stone. So this is for most people a lot of money. This is only for very rich people. They have millions or like this. But if you like gemstones, you can also invest in gemstones. But you lose 30% at least between the buying and the selling price is at least 30% margin. In gold, you have 3% margin. So it's much more easy to sell gold in an emergency case. But you can also collect gemstones. I will not do, because I need money in an emergency case very quickly. I have no time to look 1 month after a seller for a special stone. It's only for professionals. I think so.
So we have just a comment from Anne. I received my first silver coins from Torsten yesterday, and it feels good. Thank you, she writes.
Thank you very much.
Which gold and silver products would you say? Sorry, just. Okay, which gold and silver products will you say that will you get most value for your money right now, and when will you recommend to buy platinum also? At which prices? I'm sure.
Yes. In gold, I recommend 1 ounce gold bars if you can pay this about 1,800 per coin. Then you get a lot of gold for your money, and you have an item what you can easily sell with low spread, about 3% less. We buy back any coin we have sold on the price of the day. But in silver, you can also buy smaller bars, means 1 kilo bars, or these 250 gram bars, or half kilo. So you have about 1 kilo is about 900 euro, half kilo 450, and the small one is, I think so, about 300 euro a bar. I don't know in the head, but on the website we have all these products, and the computer makes a price every 5 minutes fresh from the exchange value of the silver. That we don't do it by hand. That makes a computer program, and we get every 5 minutes the fresh prices from the exchanges. What is the real price of gold and silver on the exchange? And also I recommend these 1 ounce silver coins. There are about 5 coins from Britannia, from Australia, from Vienna in Austria, Canada, Maple Leaf. Yeah, these 5 coins you can trade in 100,000 or million coins per year. Let's say about 10 million coins will be produced from each coin minimum per year. Some coins, maybe 50 million coins will be produced, and they have nearly the same prices. The difference between the coin is maybe maximum 1 euro, sometimes 10 cents, 50 cents difference. And from South Africa, we have also silver Krugerrands. Yeah, these 5 coins in silver, and they also exist in gold. All these coins we have in gold and silver. This I will recommend for a private person as investment. And in silver, especially bars, because there's a premium not so high like in coins. You can also take silver bars to get more silver for your money.
Okay, so there's a question also. Was it a 1 ounce bar or 1 ounce coin? Is there a difference?
Yes, the coin is nearly the same price, but the better product, because you have a printing on both sides and you have a rim, so it's a very nice product. Every private person can look on it, can fix the quality and understand it as money. So if the price is the same, buy only 1 ounce coins, not bars. For instance, coins will be produced up to 50 million pieces per year, and bars, let's say 10,000 or 20,000. So do the production cost, the coin is much cheaper than the bar. It's funny because the bar is a more simple product, but so much million production of coin makes the coin cheaper and it's a better product.
Yeah, I just have a comment. Now you said that there's a difference between buy and sell for about 3% in gold. So if people want to buy euro or dollar, there is a bigger difference. Now I went to Greece about a month ago, and I didn't have the chance to buy some euros before, so I bought it in Athens airport. I paid 8%. So exactly. For buying and selling currency, you actually lose more on the short term.
Yeah. It just shows everybody with open eyes that gold is a money, because the exchange rate is cheaper than if you buy cash US dollars. The difference between buying and selling in gold is 3% and in dollar is 5 or 8%. So that's a better money because the spread is smaller. If I'm not paying so much for gold, I will not get the coin. I have to pay these prices to get the coin back from the public. I cannot say I will trade it with 8% difference. I will not get the coin. The coin goes elsewhere. Maybe they're selling in China or it's selling in India. But if I say, if I pay low prices, I will not get the bar and will not get the coin. So gold is really money, the best money. Yeah.
So we have a question here. How many percent is to be allocated in gold and silver? If you, for example, have 300,000 Danish kroner, it's about 40,000 euro. So the allocation between the two, what would you say?
Yeah, there is, in these times, I will explain 50-50. I would say 50% in gold and 50% in silver. But many people avoid the big volume and weight of silver. If you don't like so much weight at home, then buy a little more gold, then you have not so much volume and weight. But the silver is a better investment opportunity because you have all together, you have money, you have investment and speculation, because the silver is undervalued. It's much too cheap. The gold is really fair priced, but to the money printing, it comes a potential to rise up again. But the silver is an undervalued investment. So if you are open for the weight and the heavy, then you can also, let's say, I buy 60% silver and 40% gold. It's up to the person what he like to storage. But we have also the possibility to storage large amount in Switzerland. If you like this, then we can manage that storage. But we do that, let's say, from 50,000 euro on, not lower, because there's a lot of work on it. Mm-hmm.
Are you able to send gold, silver, Tafelbar by post? One is asking.
Yes, we do that by UPS because it's more safer than post. Always, it's very important to know for our customers from Denmark, we send to a pickup location in Denmark. We don't send to your home door because the parcels will be placed sometimes outside of your house. This is not good. So we send it to a pickup location from UPS, and we have, since we do that, we have never any loss nowhere. Also, we also send by UPS to Portugal, to Spain, to Finland, to Sweden. We have never lost sending to pickup locations. So you must go between 50 meters and 20 kilometers. It depends on your house, where you are. If you are in a village very far away from a big town, it's up to 20 kilometers to a pickup location. But if you are in Copenhagen, it's maybe maximum 1 kilometer from your home. So then you go with your ID card and you get the package by post or by UPS parcel.
And you can send all products it's being sent no matter if you only buy 25 coins or you're buying 5,000 coins. And what is the prices for the shipment?
Yeah, because the shipment is not so cheap to send from Germany to Denmark, we need 49 euros for the shipment. But this is very safe. In this case, we prefer to use this carrier and don't have problems for the buyer and for us. We have also a specialized value cargo, but the funny is this value cargo organization use the same parcel companies. So we pay 150 euros for a shipment to Denmark, and that will be also delivered by a parcel service, but it's insured. It's the same risk with insurance, but 3 times higher prices. So if it's a high value, we may make maybe 5 parcels or 10 parcels and send maybe per parcel maximum 10,000-20,000 euro. So we split it to lower the risk. We have never lost in this scenario.
How much money should you have to buy for before you will recommend buying platinum also?
Yes, platinum I recommend only for investments not less than 10,000 euro, because it makes no sense. But normally I recommend to think about platinum between 50,000 and 100,000 euro, because if you have, let's say, 10,000 euro, you can only buy 1 coin platinum to make not so much platinum. I suggest only 10 to 15% of the investment in platinum, not more, because that's only a byproduct. It's not the main, because the market is smaller and it's more volatile. It's only you buy gold and silver, and some part you can buy platinum. Not buying only platinum, I will never recommend, because the volatility is too high for a private person to do that. But it's a very interesting investment point now to buy platinum, because also it goes in very interesting industrial use like hydrogen production, electricity cars. This is highly sought after metal for new development in electricity and catalytic applications. So you have both the monetary side and the industrial use. 10,000 minimum, but I think really to buy platinum, you have an investment pool 50 to 100,000. That makes it more interesting to put 10-15% in platinum from this 50 or 100,000 euro.
Yeah, and it's always euro when you mention the amounts.
Yes, yes, and I personally also hold about 10-15% of my precious metals in platinum. Yes, in bars and coins. Yeah.
Can you comment on 1 kilo silver coins versus 1 kilo silver bar?
Yeah. The coin is very nice. You can also buy some 1 kilo coins, because they are collectible objects. Some people collect a coin from each year, because by the 1 kilo silver coins they change the printing or the every year mostly. So you have every year a different coin of Kookaburra, Koala, Luna, Zale. So you have different coins on the one side, and on the other side you have nearly the same Australian motif. Yeah, you can do that, but it's not so easy to find a collector what will be pay you 50 or 100 euro more for this coin later. You can be lucky you get a collector that needs this coin what you have, but if not, you get the same as for a 1 kilo silver bar. So if you like these coins, I will deliver and we have from time to time we have different 1 kilo silver coins. Yeah.
On some coins, it says 99.9, while others is 0.99. What does that mean? Is there more? I think he means more silver. She means more silver in 99.9, or is this just the way it is?
Yeah, there are coins with 3 nines and one with 4 nines, but it doesn't make sense. It's just a marketing gag. It's a little bit better silver, but in the value what you're buying, it's for the value, for the price, it's the same quality. You will get nothing more if it is a 4.9 silver coin or 3.9 silver coin. If you sell it, we take both to the same price back. It's no different.
Okay, the question is 2 nines and 3 nines. Is there some product that's only 2 nines?
No. In coins and bars, I don't know any product with 2 nines in silver or gold. I don't know. No, it doesn't exist. No. 3 nines exist, 3 nines and 4 nines, but it's the same. You get the same price for that. 2 nines, I don't know. No, it's not normal in the market. 2 nines, no.
Is copper undervalued as silver is?
Yeah, copper. I will not say copper is undervalued, but copper is difficult to get because there is no so much mining projects, and the world is looking for more copper because you need better electricity deliveries everywhere, because we have more population on the world, and in the developing countries they need more infrastructure. So the world is in less copper. Copper is a problem. It's too less copper from the mining industry coming. Yes, but you cannot hold as a private investor copper. You need a warehouse to store that as an investment. But copper really it's more it's difficult to get for the industry. We have below 30 days reserves in the world for the industrial production. There's nearly no reserves in copper, so they are very hungry for copper, and the industry is difficult to get from the mining industry. And it's possible that the copper price goes higher, but copper is also an indicator for the health of the economy. And in the moment the copper price goes a little bit down, so for short term, I'm not sure about the copper price. That maybe goes another step down, but there's some copper shortage in the world. We need more copper to hold the human society as we know it.
Is there any other metals that will be worth more in the near future?
There are a lot of critical metals for especially for the electricity and battery industry, like nickel, but this is not is not an investment possibility. If you want a physical investment, make in nickel or in other special metals. There are a lot of special metals, let's say about 10 metals, but I also a trader of special metals since 1994, and this is very difficult, totally different from gold and silver, because in these special metals like indium, germanium, gallium, for electronic industry, you have about 5 producers on the world, dominant producers, and 5 or 3 dominant traders, and they all together in one site, and you as a private person, you have very difficult cards to make a profit from this. This is only for professional, but there are a lot of metals they are interesting from the industrial side. But as an investment, I only suggest platinum, silver, and gold, because this you have a lot of possibility to sell and buy, and you can hold it by your own.
Do you think there will be more dips in gold and silver prices compared to what they are now? Or,
yeah, the dips will be there. There are always dips, but they're very short and small time. And maybe the dip is only 1 week. They goes down like crazy, and next week goes up like crazy. And most people think it's a stupid investment. I will not invest. It's going up and down, and I don't know what to do. But you must take a position and hold it, maybe as a private person, hold it for 3, 5, 6 years, and you can sleep like this old lady doing. They hold it since 40 years and they are happy in the long term. It's a long-term investment to hold for the next generation. It's not to make money in 4 weeks or like this. But you can, every day you can sell it. Mm-hmm.
And when do you think prices will top?
Yeah,
difficult question, I know.
It depends what on the other currency market, what the government's doing. And if we get now an economic crisis again, printing of money comes higher, I think they will solve the problem with more money. But history told us that more than 20 times prices is not realistic. So the market goes between 10 and 20% times from starting of this bull run to the end, because most people have then, in this case, they have no money to buy anymore, and there are not big buyers coming in the market after the price is 10 to 20 times higher. So I'm expecting gold running between 4,000 to 8,000 US dollars per ounce, and in silver I expecting up to between 100 and 200 US dollar per ounce. It's possible. It's very difficult to say how long it needs and how high it goes. On the end is a manic, like you see in Bitcoin. It's going crazy from 10,000 to 70,000. On the end, it's very difficult to see where is the end, but it's about 10 times to 20 times told us the history. This is what gold and silver does in the 70s, but we have now much more paper money printing than in the past cycle. So prepare to a very, very wild ride on a horse. I don't know when it starts to go crazy, but it's in the near future. I think the market will top like 2025 like this in the next 2 or 3 years. But it depends when comes a central bank, digital money, what is the market doing, what is the people, some people will avoid the central digital currency, they go in gold and silver, and some people like it. It's an open question, but I would say also buy some digital central currency, but not all. Split your wealth in different portfolios, some gold, some silver, some money on the bank, some insurance, some real estates. This is the best what you can do, and then you can sleep very well.
And how was it with the VAT? There was a new law in Germany, right?
Yeah, we have the advantage that's in Germany you can import silver coin as a collection object with only 7% VAT in import process. Now the government want that we pay 90% if we import silver coins from abroad. So that makes the coin 12% more higher, because on silver coin is this VAT on it. But the funny thing is, if you sell private your silver coin, you get much higher prices than only the silver value on the exchange. So we are lucky to buy back silver coins from private investors higher than the exchange price. So if you pay for the coin 19% taxes in Germany. It's also 6% lower than in Denmark. In Denmark is 25% taxes, VAT, as I know. And the market in Germany is 100 times bigger than in Denmark. So we have cheaper prices because the market size of the silver market is so big compared to other companies in Europe. So there is competition and the prices are lower than in other countries in Germany. And you get for your old coin, if you sell back, you get more than just the silver. We will also hire our buyback prices in the next 2 or 3 weeks. So this is not, if this small watt on the coin is not a reason not to buy silver. The coin is really, the watt you pay on it, it's worth. Don't buy only gold, it's tax-free. No, buy also silver because you have a small object that you can change with other people.
Will you say that you should buy gold and silver of all the fiat money you have now, or should you wait to buy?
No.
Sorry, there's a little bit more. Or should you wait to buy? Let's just translate this right. Or should you hold and wait to buy in smaller segment if there's more dips? What do you think?
In the next 3 months, I'm waiting. I expecting rising prices, so I will buy now. I will buy now really all I need for my company. But if somebody is new to the market and never done that before, make 3 buyings, make 3 or 4 buyings, split the money and try to get it a little bit cheaper. It can be after March, May, that is a dip. There will be a dip, but I don't know how deep. Maybe you get only the same price like now, or maybe also higher prices like now, because due to the change in the taxation, we get 1 or 2 euro per coin higher prices from January in any case, no matter where is the silver price on the exchange, because we have to pay 1 or 2 euros more taxes on it to get the coin imported. So I think maybe buy silver now, and the gold part you can also maybe try to get a better price in May next year, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, and that's one thing is what is the technical market price and what is the price for getting it physical. In the US, I don't know how the prices are now, but the Silver Eagle went up to as much as 100% above spot. And the buyers, when they bought it back from the private, they paid 50% above the market price. So the coins and bars are a really small part of the entire market. And it's a pure supply and demand. So the price, it can be $25 or $20 in the exchange, and can be double in reality, because who wants to buy gets it. Yeah.
I can open say that German banks, German traders of gold and silver coins selling back all US Silver Eagle coins to the US, and thousands of coins, because they get higher prices in the US. We cannot get these high prices in Germany and in Europe. So all these US minted coins goes back to the US by aircraft, because the market price from private customers in the US is much higher than in Europe. So they're sending 20,000 silver coins back to the US, because the buyer there are ready to buy premiums, let's say like crazy, 50%, 100% over the real silver value inside. They're paying that because they want the real product and not silver on account or silver anywhere in the world. They want the silver coin, and there is no production or very low production in the US. So all these coins in thousands of pieces goes back to the US. That's the reality now, right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I think that was the last question. Okay, there's one more. I think you already answered it, but which year do you think that the prices will drop? You said 25, right? That's your guess.
I think not. It's in 23 will be maybe a big rising, but it will not be the end. It's rising more because it needs a little bit time to come to 10 times higher prices, and then it's the bull market. It's over. It's now we have the third attempt to break $50 per silver coin. If that breaks, if the market breaks the $50, then the real movement begins to start, because the silver trying to break $50, 1980, 2011, and now 2023. So if the third attempt will go, then it rises very quickly to 75 to $100 per coin. But it needs a little bit more time, maybe 2 years more to 2025.
How to receive new customer gifts when ordering, perhaps recap of the offers. How to receive new customer gifts when ordering, perhaps recap of the offers.
And if I get a new customers, I always look, if it doesn't, the customer is not in our system, I see it's a new customer. Every customer get it for free, the gift.
Okay.
It's by name. I see the name. We have never this name and this address, so I give the free gift. And in any case, everybody get that.
Okay. Yeah, I think that was it.
Yes.
Okay.
I hope I can help the people to understand this market, how funny, how it's unbelievable. I learned since 32 years, I learn every day, and you cannot learn on school, you cannot learn on university, you cannot learn at a bank. You can only learn it by doing by yourself, step by step. And but it works as money perfectly, since since we develop a complicated society, it works.
Yeah, good way to put it. Okay, Torsten, thank you for joining us, and
good luck for all of us, and take time. It's not it needs time to come out. Thank you.
Patience is a virtue. Take care, everybody.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Bye.